Every who down in Whoville likes Christmas a lot.
But the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not.
Grinch hated Christmas.
The whole Christmas season.
Now, please don't ask why.
No one quite knows the reason.
It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right.
It could be perhaps that his shoes were too tight.
But I think the most likely reason of all
May have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small.
But whatever the reason,
His heart.
Or his shoes.
He stood there on Christmas Eve hating the Who's, staring down from his cave with a sour, Grinchy frown at the warm lighted windows below in their town.
For he knew every who down in Whoville beneath was busy now, hanging a mistletoe wreath.
And they're hanging their stockings.
He snarled with a sneer.
Tomorrow is Christmas. It's practically here.
then he growled with his Grinch fingers nervously drumming.
I must find some way to keep Christmas from coming.
For tomorrow, he knew all the who
Girls
And boys would
would
wake
wake
up
up
early.
and then all the noise,
That's one thing he hated.
Then the Who's young and old would sit down to a feast.
and they feast.
And they feast.
And they feast.
They would feast on who could.
And rare Who roast beast.
Which is something the Grinch couldn't stand in the least.
Then, the Who's young and old would gather around and they'd do something the Grinch liked least of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. They'd stand hand in hand and the Who's would start singing.
They sing,
And they sing,
and
they
sing, 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 sing.
And the more the Grinch thought of his who Christmas sings, the more the Grinch thought.
I must stop this whole thing. Why, for less than 3 years I've put up with it now. I must find some way to keep Christmas from coming. But how?
Then the Grinch had an idea.
An awful idea.
The Grinch had a wonderful.
Awful idea.
I know just what to do.
The Grinch laughed in his throat.
And he made a quick Santa Claus hat and coat.
And he chuckled and he clucked.
Great Grinchy trick. With this coat and this hat, I look just like Saint Nick. All I need is a reindeer.
The Grinch looked around.
But since reindeer are scarce, there was none to be found.
Did that stop the old Grinch?
No!
The Grinch simply said,
If I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead.
So he called his dog.
Max!
and he took some white thread and he tied a big cord on the top of her head.
Then,
And
He loaded some bags.
and old empty sacks,
on a ramshackle sleigh.
and hitched up old
Max!
Then the Grinch said,
Yeah!
and
And
the sleigh started down
Toward
the homes where the Who's lay a snooze in their town.
All the windows were dark. Quiet snow filled the air.
All the Who's were all dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first little house on the square.
This is stop number 1!
the old Grinchy Claus hissed, and he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fist.
Then he slid down the chimney.
A rather tight pinch.
But if Santa could do it,
And so could the Grinch.
He got stuck only once for a moment or two.
Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue, where the little Who's stockings all hung in a row.
These stockings
grinned.
are the first things to go.
Then he slithered and slunk
turned around fast, and he saw a small who.
Little Cindy Lou Who was not more than 2. The Grinch had been caught by this tiny Who daughter, who got out of bed for a cup of cold water. She stared at the Grinch and said,
Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why?
But you know, that old Grinch was so smart and so slick, he thought up a line, and he thought it up quick.
Why, my sweet little tot.
The fake Santa Claus lied.
There's a light on this tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there. Then I'll bring it back here.
And his fib fooled the child,
and he patted her head,
and he got her a
and
drink.
he sent her to bed.
And when little Cindy Lou Who had better for cup, he went to the chimney and stuffed the tree up.
And the last thing he took was the log for their fire. Then he went up the chimney himself, the old liar.
On their walls he left nothing but hooks and some wiring.
And the one that the good lady left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse.
And he did the same thing to the other Who's houses.
Leaving crumbs much too small for the other Who's mouses. It was quarter past 1.
All the Who's still abed.
All the Who's still a snooze.
When he packed up his sled, packed it up with their presents.
The ribbons, the wrappings, the trimmings, the tags, the tinsel, the trappings.
3,000 feet up the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode with his load to the tip-top to dump it.
Pooh-pooh to the
He
who's.
was Grinchishly humming.
They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. Just waking up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open a moment or two. Then the Who's down in Whoville will all cry, boo! That's a noise that I simply must hear.
And he paused, and he put his hand to his ear, and he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, and it started to grow. But this sound wasn't sad. Why, this sound sounded merry.
It couldn't be so.
But it was merry, very.
He stared down at Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes, then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise.
Sing, 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 sing,
Sing, sing, sing, sing, sing.
Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it came just the same. Sing, 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 sing.
And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so?
It came without ribbons, it came without tags, it came without packages, boxes, or bags.
And he puzzled for 3 hours till his puzzler was so. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before.
Maybe Christmas,
He thought,
doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more.
La 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 la. Then, what happened next?
well, in Whoville they say,
That the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day.
and
And
the
he-
minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load through the bright morning light.
And he brought gifts and toys